I was working as a dog behaviour specialist in Sydney, and I received a very bizarre phone call one day from a gentleman, Tex O'Grady, asking me for assistance to training his dog to ride on a sports bike on the road. I have to say that in my capacity as a dog training professional, I was a bit worried about that concept, safety and if that was possible. Seemed to be a pretty happy-go-lucky sort of a guy, explaining to me that he rode around with a dog on his motorcycle, at which point my honest opinion was, what an idiot. But I hadn't had anything to do with that, so I thought, well, I'll give him a go and he can come out to see me and we'll see what it's all about. I was working for the Animal Referral Hospital Critical Care Clinic at the time, and I went to work that night and vividly remember discussing it with the vets that I worked with and other vet nurses, and saying, I really don't know about this, you know, I can't knock it till I see it, but I'm not convinced that this is a smart thing to be doing with a dog. So Tex, in fine Tex O'Grady larrikin style, turned up for his very first appointment with his puppy in a car, which wasn't much use for me learning about what he required her to do. She was quite happy sitting in a car. Bundy had, as a 4-month-old puppy, he had a big history already and had seen far more than most dogs had seen in their lifetime. Had a massive fan base, but absolutely no real training. And from a dog trainer's perspective, I was horrified at her behaviour. And she had to attend my boot camp so we could at least get some sense of correct behaviour for a dog that was going to appear in the public eye.
Jenny and Bundy's relationship got off on a bad foot, I guess. Bundy looked at Jen as the fun police, and Jen looked at Bundy as a bloody hard challenge.
The first 6 months of our relationship was really difficult. She looked at me with absolute loathing and hatred because I expected a level of behaviour and everybody else didn't. But in order to train her to more complicated tasks and accept the greater world of what she was expected to do, I needed to have what I call in my world a workable relationship.
Bundy pushed the boundaries really hard, and Jenny pushed them straight back. And eventually they had a healthy respect for each other, and now, you know, Bundy thinks as much of Jen as she does of me. So yeah, it was a battle of the wits there for a long time, and I'm sure Jenny wasn't going to back down, and I know Bundy didn't want to back down, but in the end Jenny won out. So yeah, they've got a healthy respect for each other now.
I also had to study the cattle dog breed. I hadn't worked with them a lot before I came across Bundy, and as a dog trainer and a dog professional, I have to say that out of any breed in the world, they're probably one of the most brilliantly bred performance specific dogs I've ever come across. They're a breed that's developed purely in this country for a desired job, which is working cattle. So for what they've been bred for, they don't come much better than an Australian cattle dog or an Australian stumpy-tailed cattle dog. Even as a professional in my chosen field, I think that my involvement with Tex and Bundy in particular, has probably taught me more about human-animal interaction than anything I've ever come across, and how truly personal that relationship is. So I'm very grateful to that dog for letting me into her world. She can be a really naughty dog at home, like any dog can be, and I can walk outside and find that they've taken a towel off the clothesline like any other dog owner in Australia, and see two dogs playing tug of war with it, and you just, what are you doing? And then I see her go out into public, and those goggles and that jacket, she takes her job very seriously, but she does it with a sense of humour. And I just think that every single day that she does it, that side of her gets developed and it grows even more, because every day that she does it, she gets the accolades. And she knows people are watching her in the car next to her, and she turns over and poses. She knows what a camera is, and I never taught her that. charity side of it was easy because I was brought up in a large family in rural New Zealand and given a very true sense of community, and you needed to put something back. So I had the added bonus of working with animals, which I love, and that's what my life's been dedicated to, and it going for good causes. So Bundy and I have had a really remarkable journey, and one that I don't think that I'll ever replicate again with any other animal that I train. The ability that she has to go into work mode is very similar to the psychology used with a dog that's used for a blind person, that when their white harness goes on, they're in work mode. Bundy's equivalent is her glasses and her jacket, and probably I could safely say a step before that is just Tex picking up the keys to the motorbike. That's her motorbike. It's his job to steer it the direction that she would like to go, and it's his job to take her to her many adoring fans.
Well, it's hard to say how a dog thinks, but I think it's the adventures that she knows she's going to have when she's on that bike, like the people she's going to meet, because whenever she hops on that bike, she's forever meeting new people, and she loves that. New people come up, give her a pat, whatever. And the wind's in her face, and let's face it, we all know why dogs hang their head out the window of a car, because they love it. Well, Bundy can hang her head out at any time from under the fairing and have that wind in her face. And yeah, she's off to a new adventure every time she hops up on that bike, and I think that's probably why she loves it so much.